What is up, people? So today, I'm going to be looking at my comment section for a particular video of mine, which is my most viewed video on my channel ever. And the video at hand that I'm talking about will be the World at War versus Civil War II comparison video with the faction voice lines. And just to give a quick idea in the popularized video that it is in terms of numbers, the video has managed to accumulate over the years a total of 81,564 views, 2,070 likes, and a total of 418 comments. And like I said, we will be looking into the comments of this video and just seeing the different kinds and variety that has been commented on that. And yeah, I think this will just be a little fun video to do. So without further ado, let's take a look at the different comments from my most popularized video.
Team Deathmatch! Unite under the Iron Cross! It's up to you. Fight to the last bullet. Surrender is not an option. Secure the objective. Excellent work. Fatherland endures.
Alrighty, let's have a look at these comments, shall we? Okay, here is the first one. I don't know, man, but the World War II announcer sounds hot. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that one. I'm gonna be completely honest. That's a hell of a first comment to begin with. But these next two, I don't even need to read them out. But I will say that they are quite gems.
A bomb's been planted on our ammo supply!
Just to add a comment with this one, it was also quite annoying.
They're building a bridge!
Even though I would say for this particular video series I've done, it was honestly more on the low edited, low effort side of things. I mean, I gotta say, I think I still did my job, at least with this one particular comment. Okay, I'll reinstall World at War. You've convinced me. I mean, hey, mission successful for me. This video has more testosterone than I will have in my whole life. Yeah, probably. You just cannot match World at War's just absolute intensity. Maybe it could give you testosterone. Maybe. We're probably gonna need some more, study research for it. Credit to Kiefer Sutherland and Gary Oldman. Better performances. Freaking World at War having Kiefer Sutherland and Gary Oldman. So good. Yeah, those are two amazing names to give a lot of credit for. Top notch. Absolutely just top notch stuff. Thank you to you both. And now let's move on to some actual faction voice line quotes, shall we?
Outstanding, Marines! Out-fucking-standing! We kicked ass!
Is this shit I want to hear.
A war is a disgrace to the fatherland!
Two beautiful quotes, and obviously there are plenty of other examples. Either way, a lot of the quotes are pretty great. Now let's move on to some comparison kind of comments. With this one rating, World at War voices, war-torn veterans. World War II voices, first-day rookies. World at War. Vanguard.
Do you speak Japanese?
Yeah, I gotta say, I think that's honestly historically accurate. I do remember the times when I was younger when my grandpa would tell me stories of when he was captured during World War II and a random Japanese soldier really did tell him if he spoke Japanese. Yeah, this is totally accurate stuff. Chad World at War literally gives Hitler's speech. Virgin World War II.
They're building a bridge!
COD in 2021. My team, enemy team. COD in 2008. They're giving a speech. World at War. Realistic voice lines that fit well in their role to match the factions. World War II.
A bomb's been planted!
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna destroy your ears again. A bomb has been planted on our ammo supply. Virgin Vanguard. Recycled generic British dude. Chad World at War. Victor motherfucking Reznov. Vanguard. Gosh darn it, team. You let the enemy team win. World at War. Hitler literally gives a speech when you win as the Germans. I know some of these were a bit repetitive, but yeah, I mean, short and simple, all true pretty much. At least when it came to the mustache man kind of comments. And now let's look at these comments, which are honestly pretty wholesome. I miss being 11 and playing this game at night. spooked the heck out of me. I'm only 19, so I did not play World at War during its launch, but I do remember playing this game in 2014 through 2016 on my PS3 with my friends. They did not like the multiplayer as much as I did, probably because of the hackers, lol. This game is a gem. Yeah, I'm honestly in the same boat. Never got a chance to play World at War in its prime, due to being way too young at the time of its release date, but I probably would have been spooked out as well, especially with the eerie music that it has. But yeah, alright, let's see what else we got here. Victory as German in World at War never gets old for me. The music of both games slap, but mate, the voice lines, man, XD face. God fell off bad. Underrated video. Thanks, man. I like World at War's OST and immersion, but I really like the map intros in World War II. Shame they didn't try those intros into newer entries. Yeah, you know what? I'll actually give you this one, because I did like the different imagery changes of whenever a map is loading in that game. Mad respect for the accurate loadouts. I mean, I had to. I just like doing little details like that. And some of the replied comments even thinking the same thing. I always played COD World at War with country accurate loadouts. Bro, same. Everyone would run the MP40, and when I died, I'm sure they were wondering why I am using the not-so-picked weapons. And then this guy just blatantly responding with, well, that's how you lose. And you are not wrong there. You are definitely not wrong. Back when developers had the guts to make games like these. It is a shame that World War II didn't even include the Eastern Front. They basically just patched a Soviet map with Soviet uniforms and some Soviet weapons in. Nothing more. With a replied comment saying, the problem is that the Western and Eastern Front are overdone, but not World War II itself. Activision could easily make an original World War II game in the Philippines, Poland, Nepal, etc. Better yet, they could go back in time and make a Russian Civil War game between the White and Red Army in which you play as Markov before he became commissar in World at War. In general, both these comments do bring up a good point. In really just giving perspective and shining more light on certain countries that were also a part of the war that probably haven't gotten their story in terms of their involvement in the war. So it would have honestly been interesting if they, took a different approach with this. The German voice in World War II is kinda meh. Voice actors in World War II are lifeless, while in World at War voice actors are on 100% performance. To this guy responding, I disagree. I found both to be cool. One is fun, the other is more professional. So then I responded, fair enough, if you find them both enjoyable. More power to you. I will agree with the replied comment that in the sense that one is this and the other is just much better done. World at War's voice lines, phenomenal. COD World War II's voice lines, to me, I picture the actual person itself that's gonna do the voices just sitting in front of a mirror, practicing for these voice lines and not really putting that much effort. That's the best way I would describe them when it comes to World War II's voice lines. Reznov! And of course, I just have to respond with. Now here comes quite a crazy opinion. Both games are good, in my opinion. I simply just respond with, even though I disagree, fair enough if you do enjoy them both. And then the same person that did the Reznov comment replied as well, just simply saying, no. Alright, this next comment is a bit long, so bear with me. Shows you how society has softened over the years and is leaning more into covering up history with sugarcoating of rainbows and flowers. The old devs who made World at War made sure to show the true horrors of war on different sides of the front along with real briefings of what actually was going on in this World War. That's what I played COD for. That's what it was meant for, to be a representation of real war in the form of a playable experience. Now it's just a cash grab microtransaction held under the category of war. They've made the war look like a sport that's all fun and games with funky gadgets and literal hollow sight for your 1940s MP40 for your foot soldiers, which is fine because after all it's a game, but Treyarch started like that, representing war as it was. Now they fell off. No passion, no good storytelling. It's now all for the money and not for the lesson. But it is what it is. Perhaps it's the fault of our current and future generations favoring softer topics, which in turn could have made the Call of Duty franchise go bankrupt if they didn't follow the crowd. Who knows, yet it is what it is. Now, while I do agree with this comment to a degree, I don't necessarily think it's entirely the issue. And so here are two replied comments that also have parts in the sort of downfall for Call of Duty as well. There are some voices, namely like brainless people on BuzzFeed or whatever, but even then a lot of that is just to get attention. I don't think it's necessarily dumb to believe that sensitivity is way too high, but I do think it's kinda overblown on its effect on games. Corporate boards and shit aren't whitewashing anything because they're afraid of being cancelled. It's because their new goal is to appeal to as many markets as possible and just make the most bland cookie-cutter game imaginable to make a quick buck and then move on to the next game. With this other reply saying, it's not really society softening up, it's video games, and COD in particular, that has grown way beyond just a few nerds playing their game on PCs in their room. COD is almost a household name nowadays, and when such a massive amount of people get to play it, most of them don't care about historical accuracy or gloomy portrayal of war. They want a escape from reality and haha funny shoot game to have laughs and giggles with. And of course, a portion of those that will have a brain meltdown when they hear Austrian Painter's speech. And both of these comments do bring up good points. With the first replied comment, it's really on the aspect of them trying to reach as many markets as possible, and so they basically just try to just add stuff into the game just to have something within. The next thing you know, they just push it out and then they're basically moving on to the next project. And with the second replied comment, yeah, there are definitely going to be people that just want to play it just for the sake of playing it, and they're probably not going to go out of their way to see what kind of interesting details or sort of like things from this sort of like World War game that they add and things like that. And that definitely is important. It's good to have your game in being an actual fun type, but as well, I would say it's also good in having these sort of little details that can sort of enrich in the game as well. So I do agree with these three comments here, just for specific reasons, but you all bring up good points. In both games, I can clarify one thing. The Germans always sound pissed as fuck. I would honestly say World at War sounded more pissed off. The one for Cold War II sounded a lot more calmer. Radio static adds so much more immersion. World at War has always been a good World War II game. If you think otherwise, change my mind. It's actually funny you say that because just as of recent, I actually started going on college campuses again and actually debating people about World at War versus Cold War II. I'm gonna put a picture on the screen that was taken by one of my photographers on my team. And yeah, this is just a little image of me at one of the campuses near to me, and decided to go there and do this debate because we gotta go out there and we gotta continue spreading the truth. And I had to make sure that I had it all. The big tent that says prove me wrong, a big poster or plaster of sorts just saying World at War better, Cold War II sucks, change my mind, and the different assortments on my desk. A good amount of piles of the actual good Call of Duty game, World at War, my metal water bottle in case I get thirsty throughout the debate, and of course a line of hats that read Call of Duty. And safety is always an important thing, so that's why I had to bring my own personal bodyguard as well. And this right here was the particular student on that day that decided to try and outbeat the master debater. Not sure if you guys saw the short that I've uploaded, but I'm going to be placing it here right now for you guys to see. I hope you guys enjoy. I mean, you came up here and wanted to discuss this. Answer the question. What makes World at War a worse COD than Cold War II? It's a simple question. No media training.
What makes COD World War II better? It simply is.
Okay, well, that's not an argument. That's just emotion.
Like, dude, who f***ing cares? That doesn't make any f***ing sense. And you have the audacity to come here
Okay.
to our campus.
Yeah, someone's totally not triggered.
Answer the question.
I'm going to. Are you gonna let me speak?
I'll be honest, not really, no.
Oh, okay. How very tolerant of you.
I think you're a scumbag.
Now, let's get back to my question. What makes World at War a worse COD than current World War II?
Maybe simply by the fact that Cold War II has more maps, more weapons, and has sold way more sales than World at War. How about that?
Okay, you can say that, but that's simply a fallacy.
How is that a fallacy?
Because your entire supposed argument is just the more the better. And that's the fallacy, by the way.
Modern COD is the best.
Okay, well, let's stick to the question at hand that fits with the board.
No, I actually want to talk about modern COD. And honestly, I would consider World War II a modern COD.
Oh, okay. I mean, we're kind of pivoting, but okay.
And it's still the best.
Well, that's actually not true.
Yes, it is.
It's not, and I can prove it. Can I prove it to you?
Yeah, sure. Look supposed proof do you have?
Okay, simple. Call of Duty has approximately lost $300 million in potential sales in 2024, with reports coming from Bloomberg. In 2021, the added microtransactions from Activision generated a record number $5.1 billion, which made up 61% of their total income. I'll even take it a step further. Activision had to deal with a lot of cheaters, having over 130,000 bans just with Black Ops 6 alone, and as well banning 65,000 accounts for Warzone as well. Did you know that?
I did not.
Oh, well that's surprising. So now you tell me, do you think I answered the question?
No. I don't think you answered the question.
Oh, I did not answer the question?
No, you didn't. Look, all you are a complete bigot with new cons. You don't even give them a chance. You have no idea what the you're talking about. Like, I mean, did you even graduate from college as a game designer? Like, do you even know what the you're talking about?
Well, no, I did not graduate with that kind of degree.
Then why the are you out here? Wasting everybody's time.
Again, you came up to the microphone, you could have just walked by. And yes, I did not graduate with a game designer degree, but I'm actually kind of glad I didn't. And I don't need to get a 4-year college degree in order to make sense of the complete downfall that recent COD games have had. Thank you very much. Next person come up. At least World War II still had Axis and allies. You are not wrong there, if putting this in the context of Vanguard, since Vanguard didn't even have any factions. So in that sense, yeah, you are right. And another thing I will say, I just wish for World War II they added the other factions, which again, it was very silly that they only did American and Germans. And again, here is another very controversial opinion. In my personal opinion, I liked World War II. Sure, loot boxes were horrible, but that was it for me. Vanguard, on the other hand, oh man, where do I even start? And now, this is the last comment we'll look into. And this one is probably the most important and great comment that in terms of the scenario itself happening, it's very, very slim. Reading, I want a World at War remaster so bad. Like I said, that's very slim, and I don't know if that'll even be a true reality, but all we can do is hope. But great comment. And that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed the different kinds of comments that I've gone through, and yeah, I'll see you guys in another video. Later.